another Year 5 6th edition of Teach Time Maths. So today we're going to be looking at something called long division, which you might know as chunking. So we should all recognise this as the bus stop from last week's short division video. If you haven't had a look at that yet, have a look at this to begin with, and then once you've got long division, move on to short division. So, unlike with the bus stop method, we're not going to be keeping it all inside the bus stop. We're going to be going down our page. So here I've got 3,640 divided by 15. So I'll write that up here so you can see it clearly. So 3,640 divided by 15. Now the thing about long division is it's a lot more about taking away from this big number than in short division when you're just doing a lot of times tables. But even so, I'm going to write my 15 times table down the side so I've got it. So I've got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, and I'll just go up to 105. So I'll just go up to 105 because I don't think I'll need any higher. If I do, I can just carry on. If you don't know your 15 times table off the top of your head, don't worry, you're not expected to know this at all. All it is you're just adding 15 each time, so just do it that way. So, first things first is I'm just going to be looking at these first two numbers because I can't make a group of 15 out of the number 3. There's not enough, not nearly enough even. So, how many groups of 15 can go into 36? Well, this is when I'm going to look at my times table. So I've got 15, 30. Now I can't go any higher than 30 because there's not enough, are there? 45 is bigger than 36, so that won't work. So I'm going to have to stay with 30. Now, this is what I mean about the taking away. Just like when you're doing a takeaway in column subtraction, you write the 30 underneath your 36, do a little takeaway sign, and then do your line underneath. And then you do 3 take away 3, well that's 0. 0 take away 6, 6 take away 0, sorry, is 6. So that means out of 36, I'm now left with 6. Now the thing I like to do when I keep track is I just like to see that I've done 2 times 15 at the side, because I did 2 times 15 to get to 30, so I've written that there. You then also write your 2 at the top, because as I said we did 2 times 15, so we don't put anything in this first one, so I can put a 0 up here because we didn't manage to make anything with just 3. But out of 36 we managed to get 2 groups, so 2 goes at the top. But now we bring it down. So I have 6 left over, and this time I'm going to be working with 64. Okay? So 64 take away something. So I'm going to have a look down my 15 times table. So I've got 15, 30, 45, 60. Well, I can stop at 60 because I can't go up to 75. 64 isn't big enough. So I stop at 60, so I'm going to take away 60, draw my line. So as you see, you might be confused where I got the 4 from. I've just dragged it down from over here. So 64, take away 60, well, 4 take away 0 is 4. 6 take away 6 is 0, so I don't need to write anything there. And how many times 15 did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do a times 4 there. So I've got my 4 left over at the bottom. I did my times 4, so my 4 goes at the top here, remember? That's just how many times I did 15. So I did 2 to begin with, and now I've done 4 this time, so the 4 goes next to it. Now for the final one, I'm going to drag this 0 all the way down to here to make this number 40. I'm going to take away whatever I can from 40. So I've got 15, 30, 45. Now it's not quite big enough for 45, so it's going to have to be 30. So I do 40, take away 30. Draw my line. 0 take away 0 is 0. 4 take away 3 is 1. And I did 2 times 15 to get 30. Double check my maths. Yep, definitely 10 left over. So I do my 2 at the top. Now, I have a look. I've got 10 left. I'm not going to have enough for 15. So what I do is I go up here and I do remainder 10. So the answer, 3,640 divided by 15 is 242, remainder 10. Super. Now, that may have gone completely over your head, so let's have another look at it with a different number. So this time I'm going to stick with the 15 times table just because I've got them written down here. So this time I'm going to do 2,761 divided by 15. Okay, so you still lay it out the same way as bus stop method. So you draw your bus stop, your big number goes in the middle, and then your division, the number you're dividing by, goes on the outside. Okay, so this time I'm going to be looking at the first number now, 15 and 2. I definitely can't make a group of 15 out of the number 2. So if it helps, you can put your 0 at the front. That's not going to work. So now I'm looking at the number 27. So I have a look at my 15 times table. I can't make it up to 30 on that, sadly. It's a little bit too small. So first things first, we're going to start with 15. So I'm going to take away 15. Okay, so that was one lot of 15 in there. So 27, remember you're not even looking at these numbers yet. You can just draw a line there if it helps. Not looking at them yet. So 27 take away 15. 7 take away 5 is 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. And I did one lot of 15, so that goes there. And that leaves me with 12. So this is a really good way of explaining. Sometimes you end up with 3-digit numbers, and I'm going to show you here now. So I'm still going to drag my 6 down, because if we have a look, I've got 12 here. I can't take away 15 from 12, it's too small. So I need to drag my 6 down to make 126. Okay, so now I need to have a look at the times table. I could probably even take this higher now. So 105 add 15 is going to be 120. Now, that's really close to my number here, 120 and 126. So let's count up how many times we go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to put 120 down here, and then that's timesing 15 by 8. So now I need to take away. So 6 take away 0 is 6. 2 take away 2 is 0. And 1 take away 1 is 0. You don't have to write the zeros if you don't want to. Sometimes people like it, it helps them keep track of where they are. So that means that I've just got 6 left over, which is great. It means that I have less to work with on the next one. Okay, so now I did 8 times 15 here, so an 8 goes up here. Now finally, I'm going to drag my 1 down here. And I'm going to put it there. Some people like to lay it out differently. They like to leave a line and then write the 6 again and the 1 down below it. I'm not too keen on that way, but you can do it either way if you want. I just quite like moving the numbers right next to the answer. Okay? So 61. Well, I can have a look at my 15 times table, and I've got 60 here, which is the closest I'm going to get. So I'm going to do take away 60. And 60 is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 15. Okay? 1 take away 0 is 1. 6 take away 6 is 0. Which means I'm left with 1. So I do my 4 from 4 times 15 up here. Now, I can't take 15 and 1. I can't do any groups of 15 with 1. It's far too small a number. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up the top and put remainder 1. Remember, when you do remainder, it's just a little r. So remainder 1. You can turn it into a decimal if you want, which means a lot more carrying on with just doing zeros at the end. But it's just as simple to do remainders at this point, and it's a lot less confusing. So the answer to 2,761 divided by 15 is 184 remainder 1. So I'm getting my answer from up the top here. Okay, super. If that doesn't make sense, drop a comment on the Facebook page and I can go through it again. But let's have a go at doing it ourselves. So you might get a question like this, a word problem that involves long division. So let's have a look at picking out the information together. So it says, there are 13 people in line to buy sweets. There are 1,040 sweets in total. How many does each person get? So the first thing first is I notice a number up here, 13 people. So I'm just going to circle that. And I noticed that there were 1,040 sweets. So I'm going to circle that. So if I write that down here, I've got 1,040. That's how many sweets I've got. And I need to share it, so share it between 13 people. And so that gets me my division question. Now I'm just going to help you lay it out, and then it's up to you to pause the video. If you're confident, you can pause the video and have a go at it by yourself. If not, let the video run and I'll go through it with you. So I draw the bus stop, remember? You put your large number in the middle, so this time it's 1,040, and then you put your division on the outside, so that's 13, okay? So pause the video now and see if you can have a go. Remember, you're just starting with the first numbers and you're chunking it down. You're not trying to do the whole number at the same time. Okay, off you go. Okay, so let's have a look together. So I can't make a group of 13 with 1, so I'm just going to skip over that. But before I do anything, I'm going to write my 13 times table down the side. So 13, 26, 39, 52, 65. I shouldn't need to go any higher than 65, but I can carry it on if I need to. So, as I said, I can't make any groups of 13 out of 1, so I'm going to put my 0 at the top. I'm going to start with 10. Now I can't even make it out of 10, so my first one is actually going to be into the hundreds, so I'm going to have to take my 13 times tables higher. So let's do 78. You might be a lot quicker at times tables than I am, but you're probably a lot more experienced than I am. So let's see. 100. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I have managed to get exactly the number we need to get there. So that's 104 is in the 13 times table, and the number we're looking at, because we can't make anything out of 10, so we've got 104 here. So we go write 104 down here. How many times 13 is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So times 8. Do your takeaway sign. So 4 take away 4 is 0. 0 take away 0 is 0. 1 take away 1 is 0. So that leaves you with a perfect 0 round number. And that means that it's 8 times 13 goes up here. And now what we do is we can bring our 0 down. But as you can see, it will just be zeros. There's no way that 0 can go into 13. So I can automatically say that that's going to be a 0 up here. But unlike these numbers at the front, these zeros don't mean anything, remember? They're just there as placeholders. This one does count in my number. So instead of just being 8, it's 80. So I write 80 up here. So 1040 divided by 13 equals 80. And that's a perfect round number. So your challenge is, we did this a few weeks ago when we did the times tables. You're going to roll a dice if you've got one, or just pick random numbers from the air. Roll a dice to come up with a 4-digit number. So roll it 4 times and then write it inside your bus stop. Then you can either roll the dice again twice to make a 2-digit number to divide by, or if you're struggling a bit, I'd pick a number, maybe 13, 14 or 15 to begin with. So pick a number to go in front of it and then start chunking down. If you get really good at that, you can try with 5-digit numbers or 6-digit numbers in your bus stop, or you can go even higher on the outside. So you can go up to something like dividing by 21. Okay? If you struggle with any of this, or if you need some help, just drop a comment on the Facebook page where this will be as a link. You can just put a comment in there and say that you need a bit more help, and we'll be able to give you some. Good luck and have fun, everyone.